say it was quite favorable to them across the board, but now I'm certainly just curious.
Rivera tucked himself in pretty quickly to Cubby. Navi sitting a little deeper, maybe just to avoid that raise fade combo here off the rip. And actually looks as if Soulcast still ready to pop it on Nivera's contact, actually. No surprise, Navi have barely moved as we approach the 1 minute marker. What was it, 17 seconds? That's the marker, right?
Gosh. Yes. Yes. Well, this would be early.
Yeah.
This is... We got a pacey hit coming through. Oh. Well, you can see the intended combination doesn't quite find its intended target, but they have got that first pick, and Nivera still fine for two. Just seems unreasonable. 3 kills already. And Zeddy and Dano are just in dire straits. Chilling in the shower. Just might need a cold one after this. Not feeling so comfortable anymore.
And just a matter of time to find the last. It'll be Yampy to find it with the Sheriff on the back of the Shorty. And even actually the combo invested a little deeper than almost you'd expect. As soon as that contact comes through with the Viper wall going up, that they're going to be stacked up to swing that same angle. But so they still went for the combo. It didn't even end up mattering because Nivera cleans up the backside of that push with Dinks and Cloud. Nice little geeky setup there for A Short. And again, going to keep Navi on red alert. It's these sort of little combos that, as you expect, with how deep a hold that Navi do maintain through most of these early rounds, that it mitigates a lot of that potential. Soulcast noted, and actually on the other side, I think it was actually dealt with. So no confirmed information, but at least it is.
Ooh, look at the timing on this. They're pretty quick up. This isn't bad. Dreamer's just trying to buy time. Just trying to allow for maybe to fall away. Cops a little bit of damage, but he's going to keep his life. But this does put pressure on Scream to hold his ground. Otherwise, there could be further problems. But I am looking towards someone like SSK as to how much room he's been given here. Maybe a little further ahead than they'd expect. I wonder if they still keep this in mind. Oh, come off it. Scream doesn't need to even see the target, it feels like at times. While this happens, Yampy closing in from the back lines. He gets checked on, but Yampy's good for it. Catches Cloud. That's a 2-player advantage.
No real damage to write home about to Dreamas, but I expect them to be able to follow up on that. And the key thing being SSK falling allows Yampy to dig a little deeper in that flank. Finds the kill. Navi now, I mean, shift walking back through spawn with 30 seconds left on the clock. It's barely recoverable at this point. And I mean, even if you look at it, a Sheriff, a Marshal thrown in the mix here, the damage doesn't even mean an awful lot in terms of if they can find kills. The Spike Plant would be the biggest bonus, but...
Oh, absolutely.
If they overwhelm Yampy...
It's only Yampy.
Yeah, they definitely could get themselves into a post-plant position. No, okay.
Oh, the Iceman! Yampy, the ice-cold Finn. No problems at all. Just doubles down on it. You know, it would have been like a 1v3. That could have been a problem. It's no problem. Never problem.
After the initial miss as well, they both swing the same angle and line up for him.
Unreal.
They're now booming off the back of that. I mean, the bonus round looking pretty much the same as the round 2 purchase here. The Guardian to supplement that nicely. Yampy leading the charge for Liquid here, 6-0. We'll come into round 3. And the ultimate progress lacking a little bit, but not really going to matter too much here. If we got a little contact play with the fault line set up here on B long. Actually, the trap there to confirm it. So Liquid, I mean, they don't even need to shoulder peek this. They can just play off the back of that information. And somebody has to come up so deep to clear that trap. And without a raise or a jet, it's almost a dead certain. Unless it's SSK to do it and clear it with the TP. Should be literally a guaranteed kill if Navi swing onto this.
Now, let's see how that somehow goes wrong. Already SSK gonna find Scream. Soulcast re-aggressing. But the first picked up, so Scream already gone, and looks like they're gonna try and re-engage.
I mean, why as well? Don't even risk giving away the first blood in that scenario. Like I said, with this composition, it requires something to come there. There's no utility to even destroy it. There's no shock dart. There's no blast pack. Nothing. The Scream, a little bit sloppy there to get picked off.
30 seconds left.
And they've opted for a double stack in. I mean, it's the best of a bad scenario, and DreamHack delivers on it. They don't know about Soulcast just yet. They do now. And he's actually found Zeddy. Now, yes, Long's been taken, so this should all fall apart, but it's for time, and it hasn't. DreamHack and Soulcast still standing, still converting these rounds. I thought that was the one for Navi. And it's far from it.
Definitely. With that setup, it seems so tough to break through onto B site, and that's actually what falls apart from Liquid. They still hold on. Actually, DreamHack does so well to find value there. Soulcast just showing his hand at the right time. Massive, massive boom to the economy for Liquid. And Navi, having the same discussion about Liquid in the previous round, really lacking in terms of ultimate progress here. SSK 3 off the tour de force. Duno 1 away from his ultimate, but again, not an awful lot to reinforce it here.
Yampy, gotta know about it. Only good for 1 this time, unable to make it away. Of course, Navera gets the TP out, and Navi do get side control, and Zeddy just over-aggressing, taking the fight towards CT to take space, risking it to allow this to happen safely. Probably not a bad idea, because around they definitely need. But again, hard to hold. Zeddy has to be integral to this, and he could be the first on the chopping block. 2 towards CT, and he's not being quiet. He's teed up Cloud to find Scream and DreamHack. They've just Soulcast alive and position noted. His options are looking dire.
He already converted the bonus here. Just look to maybe remove some of these rifles if he can. But with Navi in position towards spawn, now noted Soulcast on the trap. And they'll be able to peel away and make sure they actually pick up all of these upgrades. There's Spectre coming through. Not even sure if there was another rifle available there. Cloud just for that flash close. Navi do convert round 4 here, and it'll be a thrifty round win for them. We'll see. I mean, like I said, Liquid had already had a massive buffer built up from that previous conversion, but it's ultimate progress here for Navi, which is what we were talking about lacking now. Actually, look at it. Duno down on 300. The only one to invest a stinger, I think, in the previous round.
Yeah.
It gives Navi a pretty comfortable setup here, and actually the advantage if you make the comparison. And Navera now with the operator in hand, 1 off the tour de force.
Look what it gives them as well. They put so much faith in Navera here. Just 1 player soloing out towards B, and it's him. Maybe rightly so. The guy is exceptional, but they put 4 players from Liquid, and maybe the right read at this point. You can see the utility invested. SSK, first man forward. Finds Scream, but the trade comes out for Yampy towards Cloud. Now, DreamHack still does get noted, but it's Yampy. Just, again, such a problem to deal with. Zeddy trying to dismantle is catching another in the heels. Soulcast is in danger. Barely alive, 30 HP, the walking wounded. And it looks like a matter of time, and it is. Soulcast found, but to know. And look at Zeddy, the over-aggress again, pushing deep towards CT, leaving it all in the hands of Yampy, who's done well before, but has to do the unthinkable. A 1v2 with barely any HP, 8 to work with. Utility invested, and he's forcing them to take the TP. That's a lot of impact for 1 man to have, but Zeddy is on patrol. He is waiting for this play.
No way Yampy's ready for this yet.
Nah.
Zeddy goes huge, actually, to TP pass, not looking to close down that kill into Lamps, actually leaving that for his teammates, and catches Navera on the slip through to heaven. Really well played, and Navi actually stabilizing a little bit here. 1 off the Seekers, tour de force available now. Zeddy got his TP up online. Yeah, this is pretty much everything.
That's all they got.
Everything invested here for Liquid. Tour de force obviously going to get popped. Let's see if Liquid can make anything work here, because Navi actually a little quicker than I know. Obviously, we had a little piece to highlight it earlier, but this feels pacier in a comp that you wouldn't expect it from.
Oh, absolutely. A couple of those set pieces towards A have been quick as hell. And again, look at the space taken towards A. Yeah, B long, there's been plenty of those now. We're seeing sort of a pace change. This could be a good look, because you know what you're expecting when you're facing Navi. So if they're able to flip the switch for the pace, could be nice. SSK, though, leading. Oh, that was enough of a player noted. So Yampy needs to be careful now. What does Navi do to try and deal with this?
The hit comes through. DreamHack not yet overwhelmed,
Lovely
but
stall.
it's feeling that way. Yeah, slowed things down and actually finds a kill onto Cloud.
Yeah, this is incredible work from Liquid. Just slow down the roll, and they've actually made it out towards CT to an extent. I don't want to say safely, because we know that Zeddy likes to go walkabouts, but it should be enough for a plant. Picking up that one player on the way could be essential, but he has to take a fair bit of damage on the way through. So Zeddy now tucked into the corner. Yampy trying to work back through by elbow. One towards sight. And Zeddy, oof, he ain't going to be making it out of this corner. If they have their way with this, you can see all the utility force to try and just get him out of there, but he's still holding the ground. He's still buying time. And Liquid are running low on it.
The default line comes through to clear out. SSK actually has to TP away from this, but absolutely right. The time might conclude this one. Zeddy, so sharp with the transfer there. We'll find the fourth as well onto Yampy to seal the deal. Navi close out their third round.
That's something else.
That's
That was
so late in the day as well, Lauren.
Yeah. I can't believe he pulled that off. That was a huge round. And you think that impact, knowing what it's done to the economy now as well? Because I thought he was red, but the fact he's still here and he gets, what, 2 more? That adjustment on Dreamus. Yes, Dreamus was low, and the swing towards Yampy at the end. Individual impact alone is just massive. And you look at the buy, you said it, right? That was everything Liquid had, so this is whatever they can scrape together.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the tour de force used to... They can actually put them in a position where they can ultimately close that round out. It doesn't go in their favor, and Nevera falling immediately. Not even sure if they've read into the fact that this was a commit to the TP. It wouldn't have been close enough to hear the second sound key, that's for sure. But they put the trap down.
You gotta know what's up now. So much utility noted. 3 of the players are the back by U-Haul, but Navi just so better equipped to take some, well, maybe a mistake from Navi to drop the ball on this one. Volcast does find Deno, but a quick trade out. Zeddy not letting it spiral. Scream, that's not a favorable position, but he's still, of course, landing headshots. It is Scream after all. But look at the position they're in. Damage would be great. Denying the plant would be great. Yampy's gonna punish Dinks. And Scream's just gonna go for it. Try and get in there.
What?
Cloud! No way. If he'd made it through, this round could have been different because Yampy just found a player as well. It's a 1v2. It would have been a 2v2. Way more feasible. What does Yampy have left in the tank? Watched by 2 pretty nasty angles. Baits the first, the swing on the second. Cloud's not going to drop it, and neither an RV.
It's times like that where you just wish you had the other POV there. That shot from Cloud, because
Yeah.
Scream was flying towards showers. Well, Liquid come back in now. The operator back in hand for Nevera. Navi actually find themselves 1 round ahead and almost a full purchase ahead as well. Or 2 purchases, you could argue.
Okay.
It was just as good in the free cam, I'll give you that much.
Okay. Fair enough. Hitting those today, are we? Okay, so buy back in for Liquid, but Navi having the lead. It's time to see if Liquid can adjust, right? They've had a couple of rounds being dictated to, and it looks like Nevera wants to try and change the narrative, but SSK does not care for the rewrite of history. He wants this going theirs. Maybe even to a 3rd. That's still quite some way away. Taking control through showers, though. Navi can at least plant the flag in that. Look across the rest of the map. The early advantage now with that player sitting in their favor.
Navi want to achieve on the back of this now. The operator removed. Focus looking to explore a little deeper towards showers here, whether or not Yampy rotates away on the back of that. You see he's considering it, yeah. We'll commit a 3rd player towards B site, maybe on the back of this Prowler now. We'll pull him back. Focus got to deliver in the scenario that finds the first. Do no good for the trade.
I thought that could have been a second. I thought that was the follow-up, but Navi still maintain enough to facilitate this plant comfortably. They're 4 standing. Paint Shell can at least force away Zeddy and buy a couple of seconds for them to close the gap. But it's Scream being the nuisance on the site. But not enough to take him down by any means. It's going to be Yampy trying to move around, take the spots away. And now Dano's on a bit of an island. He's feeling a little paranoid here. He's not loving it anymore. The time's on their side. It's all tailored towards Dano, and there's Yampy with the timing just right. Brings it back to a 3v3, but how do they break the rest of it? I'm seeing what looks like a shorty in there. That's not feeling so nice. Yampy still sprays in wildly, but it's Zeddy to outdo him, and Zeddy to shut it down. This has to be a timeout now for Liquid, because Navi have taken the pace away from them. Honestly, I think Liquid should have called a timeout before this.
Definitely. Yampy's TP there is just so bold. I almost think it actually plants the seed of doubt. It's like, yeah, there's no way he's stuck there, right? There's no way he just TP straight into showers. Again, the hold is good from Navi, though. And now look at what that's done to the economy now, Lauren. A massive lead. Look at almost a full 2 rounds behind this now. Obviously coming to this with just the Guardian, a couple of Sheriffs. No tour de force. Showstopper, yes, but
I'm just baffled at the lack of timeout.
Yeah.
Like, let's take Yampy's impact out a couple of those rounds, right? They've been such bigger problems already. These rounds wouldn't have looked anywhere near as close as they have been. I'm a little surprised that they've let this go on at this point, but maybe they've got a nice mid call that's come out that they're happy enough with that they want to test out. Maybe they want to save it for the buy round coming in. I don't know, but so far it's again similar scenes. SSK this time they're going to be the headhunter, right? He's going to find Yampy, take down the man of impact, the man of the moment. Nevera position will be considered now. How much damage can he do on this cross? Well, with the smoke going up, probably not a great deal.
We're still in range of his TP here. Will be revealed on the Seekers, so has to dip out from that one. Spike not committed just yet, though, but the timing is devastating for us. That's a huge upgrade. That's the operator retrieve for Nevera.
And in a position like this, it actually can be pretty workable, forcing out the ult to come through, and so much more attention has to be put towards taking Nevera out of this round. And I like the idea, and I like the execution. Cloud, gorgeous with it. The flash to follow as well, buys him time to reset. Doesn't have to then take the fight. Soulcast wants back in, but utility handled quick enough. And look at Liquid. They ain't got nowhere to go, and Zeddy just waiting. He wants in. He's knocking at the door. Dreamass now down, and Scream will face the music. Double dinks towards Dinks, but he couldn't quite convert towards Zeddy, and Soulcast can do no more. Time out. Time out.
I mean, they have to consider it this way. It's round 10 now.
And I haven't seen an answer.
Nope. I haven't really seen an awful lot of adjustment on the side of Liquid either. And this is against the comp that I had real concerns about from the side of Navi.
Yes.
But again,
this looked okay.
This kind of slow work, like whittling away at the defenses of Liquid, is suiting them.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it does help when you've got someone like Zeddy 16-4, and you know the guys. It's Omen v Omen right now, but the rest of Navi are also there, and they carry on.
Bring them down.
A 4-1? Just gonna leave Yampy to Solar A early on, okay? And then you can see the lean back in from Nevera. So I'm kind of curious what it's a switch up. That piece from Navi, the kind of pacier hits worked quite well up until this point, but it doesn't look like that's the go-to here. But they've been given a little bit of room. You can see SSK working through, trying to clear as he goes, and just going to post himself up. That could be a big punish late round if they do want to start swinging back towards B for maybe some pressure, but not much more room for Navi to work with.
Oh, the point of the round where Navi start to look like they're going to make a decision. Yampy and Nevera called upon here on A site. And not actually sure. Well, he's going to actually just stand and hold this angle for the time being. Trailblazer will force him off initially. He does have the TP to get out, but he's desperate to try and find something. Yampy actually sicks the TP into spawn. That's a triple TP through to the backside of Showers. They're going to try and retake this space.
They're surrounded on all fronts. Now we know that Zeddy likes to push towards CT, but big punish from Yampy finding SSK. This is huge, but Cloud still standing and fighting. Soulcast down. Dano doesn't need to see anything. How did that not land? Again, it's on Dinks now in a 1v4, and that looks that doesn't look right. I'm gonna be honest, Mike. It doesn't look correct. I'm not sure what gave it away, but it doesn't look right.
An interesting hold there at the end for Dinks. But what a retake from Liquid. I mean, the TP stick from Yampy initially, nobody there to punish it. And then the triple TP. There's a lot going wrong,
We're in
but
dark mode.
Liquid certainly did a lot of right in that round.
God bless you for trying.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
good.
Good. God, I've missed casting this game. Oh, it's been a couple of days.
You know, it's the same thing from the fault line on Haven
I
when he
know.
walked across A lobby.
I was honestly looking at it like, God, that's really weird. He's just walking around like that.
All things are still popping his hole.
Oh, straight up Leviosa-ing the gun, just Bing chilling. Oh, God. All right. 4 to 6. Let's pull it back. Oh. Liquid. I again, tell me you can replicate that sort of retake. I'll be all aboard. It was a bit of a, you know, a unique one. I quite liked the idea, you know, the TP crunch, you know, still holding space towards heaven as well with Navera. It was a really nicely constructed round, but the ability to replicate that can be very, very difficult.
Somehow Scream shooting blanks with the showstopper. I don't even know how he
Yeah, I
didn't
don't know
find
where that
those
went.
first 2 kills, but at least forced them into a trickier spot, and Liquid able to clean up on the backside of maybe the damage. I didn't even see how much it did initially. The kills came through so quickly, but I have to take a look back at that round and even know if that was the set intention there to give that up, because it was a much weaker A-site hold, right? So they were almost ready with that, whether the key component being the ultimate from Soulcast. Navi looking to hit the flip on this one, actually try and find this rotation. SSK punches Devera, Yampi will respond. But there's so much going on.
I know. Have fun, observers. We're just aboard the ride. It's Yampi tucked towards the site, though, and it's Yampi versus Eddie. What a battle, and it's Eddie to win it out. Dude just about makes it away. Gets towards the spike. And 13 seconds to make something happen with his Soulcast tucked towards CT and Scream over towards Elbow. Spam. Oh, it's on the money! Soulcast got it! And now Scream activates, catching Dino, trying to recover this round, and Cloud's out of time and out of options. Soulcast on the catch. And Liquid by the skin of their teeth. How are they getting away with this?
Last round in the
What the hell was that round? There was no catalyst to even force that just random, just full commit to the rotate. And then also, Zeddy's stickiness inside the tube. He has a player in towards Garden and one in hooker. Again, somebody should be able to cover both angles there to make sure the plant is safe.
This is still, this entire game feels like we're, you know, in the upside down or something a little off. Like the comp coming out from Navi is weird. The fact that Liquid have just kind of powered through and it's somewhat worked out. You know when people do something wrong but they get rewarded and then you have to sit back and go, well,
Do you know what? Yes. It
means to
almost
an end.
feels like that is the case in some of these rounds.
it's wild to me. It really is. And again, normally, you know, it's very hard for us casters to sit here and judge, but I think everyone's looking at this just with scratching their heads. But we dive back in at 5 to 6, and of course you can talk for the first 50 seconds because it's Navi. You get it. You get a little bit of leeway. Navera could be the first big challenger here. You got that fight towards Shower as well. Spots one, backs away, decides not to double dip on that. And SSK, how long do you spend trying to clear this slowly but surely? You can see the pressure coming through. They're actually going to swing late to take that space back.
Key engagement here towards Lamps, but Zeddy initially finding the space here. SSK on the backside, going to find a tour de force kill.
He's got 3 guns. But he's still being challenged. And now we're into the 2v2, and it's a straight out brawl. Scream now 1v2. Show me what you're made of. He can't.
Quitter attacking. That's when things get really weird. We'll see what they've cooked together with this setup now, with Dreamus being a key component once again on the breach. So the fault line is going to be posted through hooker here, so Scream this time around, glad to see not a sheriff in hand, a little bit of utility to work with. Get noted here, and that should do it. The shorty swap out though, but no follow-up.
Nope. Okay, Dreamhouse does find Cloud, but Joe's still there. Zeddy gonna take the TP. What's out? Scream. We've got a smoke to invest, which he does, and the TP does get taken. There we go. And he gets himself out of danger. But bear in mind all this, you know, meanwhile, we do have Yampi slowly kind of creeping up B-Long as well, but it looks like the rotation back towards A here. Unable to clear Shower either, at least to a diligent extent. SSK could be a big nuisance on this, so I'm wondering how they navigate past that.
Or even if there's going to be any attempt for Liquid to address that. Fault line back off cooldown now will set Scream up to take Lamp's control. Again, actually, the TP dealt with, so yeah, they're going to know that
They've got to
SSK's
know.
posted now.
30 seconds left.
Huge tell. Spike now down, and the swing towards CT. Navera, great connection towards Dinks. Zeddy having a little look, but no one really giving him much, and SSK can reappear.
He's going to get
Good.
backstabbed. Look at Solcas.
Yeah, it's all about timing. And if he doesn't make his move soon, it's done for. And Yampi just controlling,
Player standing.
just about everything. Finds SSK too. And Solcas claims the final life of Zeddy. So Liquid going kind of back into this game here. 4 standings pretty nice. Spike plan as well. They'll be feeling pretty happy about that. Probably one of the cleaner rounds that we've seen so far. And it's a pistol.
Give themselves on a good starting block here for the second half and an opportunity immediately to tie things up. See a Guardian and a Vandal to offset this purchase as well. We'll see how Navi settle well. Just one Shorty, one Sheriff. Yeah, and interesting to see as well with that control towards Hooker taken immediately with the fault line and the paint shell. Actually, Liquid immediately drift away from that. Navi read it perfectly, but it's going to be key because actually it allows Scream to keep the boombot, notably in the rounds that they don't opt to employ that clearance. It's a 4-man stack here, though, from Navi, Lauren. And they're tucked in. They're ready to absorb this hit. Yep.
Puddles of sweat now just swamping B site. Surely Liquid feel this out. They wouldn't leave it late and do a late round hit. Surely. I'm nervous. And they're going to know what's up again. You can see the exploration on the other side, but Yampi clears Zeddy. There's the boss battle dealt with. The no does a bit of damage. You can quite follow, but actually they hold back for long enough for the reload at least, so a little bit more chip damage comes in a 1v2. Now, with it being SSK, there's still some feasibility to this, but they hear the TP, they know what's up. But the punish!
30 seconds left.
Big Daddy swing on it. SSK, he's got the 1v1, and it's Soulcast up against him, the little jump spot, and SSK's going to take that time to work down. Tested, but SSK up top, he feels it out, and Soulcast, they're feeling silly after that one. They walk into the stack, and they don't walk out.
Almost Solcas doesn't want to play that one, so he doesn't want to give any of this ground up to SSK. There's a Vandal somewhere, actually, whether or not you can retrieve it. I mean, he's got the upgrade to the Guardian regardless. So much damage done with that purchase coming through, flipping round 2 back in their favor. Here, whether or not even it's the first shot that masks it. I mean, Solcas is just desperate to find an angle here. Seeing an investment back in from Navera, a hero rifle. Thrown back in, 2 off the tour de force. So, again, a kill at an orb or an orb and dying in this round would mean the tour de force is online for the next, but it's certainly a little strange to see.
Strange to see.
The summary of today's bind game between Liquid and Navi.
Correct. If it needed a title for the YouTube, recaps, there you go, you got it. Hashtag content. You're welcome. Does seem as though a little bit of a test towards the A side, a little bit of a look, but not much commitment off the back just yet. Spike en route, though, it does seem as though this will be the final destination for Liquid, at least as it stands. And Navi want to re-explore towards showers a little later in the day, and, well, Prowler's going to do well. And Zeddy on the follow-up eats the flash, though. Nice way to temper the swing that was going to come out. Dreamer's doing well for that, but again, they have lost that shower control, so Scream now a little less secure in this positioning. A little bit more trouble. If they can do damage, though, that would be ideal. And Navi not allowing it. Lovely retake of control towards shower there.
Yeah, that's it. The rest of Liquid just kind of forced to try and ride this out on default. Scream actually finds the response, but you can find the second. No, do know the juggle peak perfect there, and Navi only lose 1 in the process. Actually, yeah, I was going to see how this sits. Everybody should be sitting comfortably above 2,500 here. I mean, other than Zeddy will force the Guardian back in here. SSK 1 off his ultimate, do know as well. Liquid not too far behind in terms of this ult cycle, but Navera will have to retrieve one of these orbs. Whether or not Navi are going to look to deny this in the early round.
There.
Look, initially, I mean, it's Scream and Navera towards showers, so I rule with that, unless Going to invest some utility here. Yeah, Navarra just hops through, get ahead of it. Noted, yes, but can TP right back out. Has the tour de force in hand now.
Lovely. That's the early work achieved. Yampi taking a little bit of space towards middle. We know that SSK is on the other side. And now the lean back towards B with that tour de force in pocket for Navarra. It's only better suited, but he still has to go through the protocols of clearing over towards that B long side. There could have been a push out potentially, so Soulcast coming out as well, but Navi certainly not overextending by any means here. Actually playing quite deep towards the site and CT itself.
Travel through the TP will know Yampi. Still 3 members here for Navi. I don't think it's going to alter the setup at all. They're happy to greet this. SSK actually tucked up in range of his TP as well. Trap dealt with. He's going to swing on to Yampi. Yampi still finds the adjustment though, somehow. Well, SSK had a massive advantage there in terms of the recoil.
30 seconds.
Yampi adjusts perfectly
the
for
TP.
it. Yeah, and it's a very quick audible.
Catch them.
Oh,
That's going to slow
they need
things
to get
down.
moving. Yeah, Scream has to pick up the pace because you can see the problems they're about to mount, but they should be able to get to site at least and get that spike planted. Don't know about how safely, but planted nonetheless. Dano lingers around, but Scream quick to it. Catches Dano towards U-Haul and slips back to a more... Well, not necessarily slips back, but sits back for a second as Cloud going to try and take the angle, and Scream takes his head. Zeddy and Dinks, the last two standing, and Dinks is having a bit of a quiet one.
Standing.
And it will continue to be quiet as Scream shuts down Zeddy. Scream doing all right. Dano on the other side doing all right. But as said, it has been a two-man show thus far. Yampi could be tested by SSK in the timing of this. Lovely. Marked. But unable to be punished. Ooh, is he considering pushing this?
Still noted there, and SSK gets the better of him. Will TP out. The smoke's now removed from Liquid. It's a bit difficult here as they try and dial up the pressure and make use of that towards B site, but yeah, perfect fault line to split Navi through the middle.
Yeah, but now they have to try and break back, truly into this. Cloud's dealt with Navarra. Scream unleashes, gets nothing for it. Deleted out of the sky by Cloud. And Soulcast, blinded, backs away. Navi are holding this. They are desperately digging their heels into this round, and Liquid can't break it. They cannot get back through, and Soulcast...
I just hate seeing it. Because it puts Liquid in such a rough spot to try and recover around with no smokes, right? Again, we have the benefit of seeing it's very quick piece now. Let's see. Liquid come out with a 2-for-1.
Okay, fair enough. Just brawl it out, and actually, you're right. Liquid do convert.
Face your fear.
And the commitment from Yampi. Oh, he's
just-
having a he's feeling the game. And he might just continue forward. The spray ain't far from it either. Gonna reveal actually both players, I'm pretty sure, towards CT, so they're well aware of what they've achieved. This should be the cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good. Give us more for the weird highlight package at the end of the game.
Run, Dinks. Just don't be here. Run the hell away from whatever's happening over there. As Navi will be halted on 10 for now, as Liquid, I don't see any world where this doesn't go that way, is 8 beckoning for them. So, oh no, Yampi's closing in. He'll probably win this somehow.
No, Dinks finds his third here.
Shut up. It's fine. He's fine. He'll be all right. Maybe?
They're always trying to bait him in here, but Liquid finding their 8th. Again, a strange opener to this round. It's Navi looking to get very proactive towards Sand, where I haven't seen an awful lot of contention from Liquid, to be honest with you.
This game has actually given me a nosebleed.
Look, wow. Okay, then. It's that bad,
Right.
is it?
It's one of those, yeah. All right.
Navi actually nothing behind this purchase now. The Tour de Force available, Seeker's available, but this is an opportunity presenting itself here for Liquid to tie things up once again. Rolling Thunder available for Dream Ash.
Okay, no. Hold on. Tissue paper up the nose. We're good to go.
About to sound very nasal for the rest of this one.
Look, I just wanted to join you on the nasal tones. Yeah. But now it's a lot of intention towards this B side, which puts SSK on the chopping block, or to maybe do some serious damage. We'll see what he achieves. Great work. Finds the main man himself. Yampy now down.
Again.
That puts... I don't love him being on the front line of this one, but first one found, first one to fall. SSK, temptation to re-peak, and maybe rightly so, forced away by the Seekers.
Oh, nearly actually catching the flats there.
He's fighting
but...
for this.
Off your feet!
Oh, and he's going to be able to tuck back
He's
in,
missed it.
unfazed and unaffected. SSK, oh, he's punished Scream as well. He's seeing the omens, having all the fun, and he wants a little slice of the action, and he's got it as well. And now 3. Dreamer, Soulcast, and Navera, they barely had a look towards the site.
Scout.
Flash out!
Still going to try and find something left in this. 30 seconds left to work with, but need to find a kill. SSK will spot a pixel here. You'll have to wait for this smoke to drop. There's got to be a complementary angle here to swing out from. Said he's looking as if he's going to go forward once again. Dreamus actually finds the kill, but the second evades him. Soulcast will respond, but
10
actually,
seconds left.
no way. They're still going to
He's
find their
making
way
a go
on.
of it.
Cloud's still here, though.
Remaining.
5 seconds, and Cloud shatters what could have been a redemption of a round there. That looked disastrous from the start, Mike. Soulcast almost brought it back. Almost.
No round is
Jeez.
over in this map.
No.
But again, I got to call it out. Yampy being the tip of the spear here, it makes it so difficult for Liquid to recover. They have to rely on these dry engagements almost. And they have to worry about so many different angles here. And that was the round that would have broken Navi. There would have been nothing left here. Now they come back in. SSK able to purchase the operator.
Bomb buddy out.
They're actually only riding through on the headhunter here.
They're pushing. Yampy. Oh, the Prowler as well to follow.
Don't find him again. We'll peel away from this, and
Yeah.
thank God for that, because the regress towards showers here. And, okay, should have had one there. Yampy still swings it.
That's a Yampy peak right there. They're like the Ferrari peak, the Xantares peak. No, that's a Yampy peak. No right to it and still gets it. Scream trying to take control of the site, working alongside those smokes. Noah's on the back. You can see 3 players, Cloud over towards Heaven. There's a gap in this that I don't know if Cloud spotted that, but he's certainly looking this way. And Soulcast does connect. There's Scream with the punish, but the good trade for Cloud, but it is 2v4. That is a tall task. You can clear close. SSK trying to work his way through. This is unpleasant by all accounts, and Yampy biding his time on the other side. Oh, just dodging bullets. Cloud trying to close in, gonna catch Soulcast, but now how do they clear the final 3? This is when it becomes almost impossible, right? Well, I guess that's one way to do it. The follow-up did not happen, but I got nervous.
I mean, all of these rounds are nerve-wracking, even when it comes down to what feels like a concluded round. Actually, that really hurts the purchase here for Liquid. A Guardian will come through, Scream on a light armor, though. Just about getting close to some of these ultimates. The advantage in that regard versus Navi. Navi have to taper off here. Potentially conceding another round here. Put Liquid within 1 round. And ultimately, at that point, then Liquid,
No charges.
in terms of the timeline, will probably have the advantage. Has to be clean from here on out, though. And none of these rounds have been clean, Lauren.
No. I think this entire game has been far from it. Yampy spotted, I'm pretty sure, a foot out of place there. Deno gonna have to back away, give up showers control.
Bring them down.
Now, Navi have at least an inkling as to what the intention may be, but what are you meant to do to try and hold it back? You got Buckies, you got Judges, you got, just Shorties, Sheriffs.
There.
Certainly not pretty, and if you're on the other side of that and you've already felt out a little bit of that pressure, you might start looking for other options, because you'd imagine quick rotations would be called, support would be needed. Scream. Diligence to try and clear that smoke. He knows they're up to ratty business.
SSK with a very deep angle. It just gives it up. He would have found that kill, and it would have been Yampy again.
Wishes can Yampi stay, not be the first to fall at this point. If he manages to keep his life, it feels as though the round's theirs, but it's not to be just yet. Still trying to fight for it. 25 seconds. They're running into what can now be seen as a stack Navi of the players on the site. SSK still here. Where is that spike? It's still not crossed. 20 seconds. Scream unleashing. But look who is residing in the smoke. Scream's still gonna find him. And that is the man you need to come online here to make sure none of that trickery, the tomfoolery comes through. As Liquid do.
Coming online when Liquid need it as well. The showstopper available now. The jazz hands from Dinks. A little bit of control towards A short now. Let's see if Navi can build behind that. Yep. There they are.
All players pulled the rotation on A behind the Viper's Pit. Seeker's going to come through. This should be quite telling, and it should force the handle. And Yampi, look at, he's coming back again. Does he check on it? He wants this kill, and SSK is giving none of it up. Yampi is being tamed right now by SSK.
A fantastic first half, but I can't understand it. I really can't. I mean, this round, yes, you don't want to give away the ultimates for Soulcast and Scream, but it's just bizarre. He's desperate to find some value in that lurk, and it's hurting Liquid so much in some of these rounds.
Don't know. First one good. He knows it's more. Quick trade though. Dreamast gonna make this round not seem so impossible, but that Viper's Pit is still a problem. Now you're going to see the ultimate invested. You put Dinks at a disadvantage. He's been having a nightmare of a game. And Soulcast makes it a reality. Perfect. And now they can access the site. They've got a chance of getting through on this one. They need that spike down, though. 13 seconds. And Zeddy on the flank. This is where things could fall apart. 10 seconds. They need it down. They need it down now. Navera on guard duty delivers with one. But Zeddy is still standing. And he finds the value at the very end. But Navi to 12.
It's still actually comes right down to the wire. Zeddy doing magic with that flank. Again, it's on the back. I would have to look back at the minimap of exactly how that plays out when Yampi falls, just how much Navi achieve in terms of information gathering elsewhere on the map. Saving grace, it's only Soulcast's ultimate here, burnt up. Soulcast does so well to follow through on that, by the way, to find the kill onto Dinks, to at least give away some of it. Actually, the Viper's Pit falling almost enables Zeddy to find better value from short. But he did so well there, Soulcast.
There.
Got to do well here now as well. 10 to 12, it's going to be map 3, or it's looking like OT. Navi, oh, SSK.
He's
That's
so deep
dirty
now.
work. That's dirty work. And excuse me?
He still loses it?
Oh, Yampi, that's heartbreaking for him. You felt that was a freebie. And now they're facing problems. Soulcast with a great success again. He's trying what he can to keep this one alive for Liquid, but there's still a problem to break through. It's the double stack towards long. Scream's on the case, and Scream does well, but Zeddy still stands. This is the man who's been a constant threat. TP taken, and Scream just wants to post it. If there's any way to take him down, even if it's just with the ult to hand, keep him at bay. Sends it towards CT in the end.
Cancels the TP.
Okay.
I don't know if they will actually know that, but it cancels the TP, sends Zeddy back to long. This could be problematic.
Could be.
Now he's noted.
Now they know the position, though. To know the first one to step forward, and there's problems with these angles. Hard to clear safely. Zeddy still trying to be a nuisance, be a problem. Dreamast quick to handle him. Good trade for Deno, though. And now the ult gets popped. Dreamast is in trouble. Swings it, gets one, but he... Oh, it's Scream to find the second! Team Liquid still alive and barely.
With the decay as well, he was down to 1 HP.
God.
He would have been so squishy. One round separates them now. Navi back down on a broken purchase.
Money?
I saw a Bucky pop up immediately. Whether or not they'll be able to get a rifle on board, or how many they'll be able to get on board.
Player standing.
Just two, Zeddy and Duno. Shorty, the tour de force available. That's key for Navi in this round.
Yeah. SSK has become the tamer of Yampi, quietening him down after what was a exceedingly strong first half. I feel like he was only described in extremes. The guy was absolutely popping off, but This is the round where it really matters. And Navi, as you said, financially busted. But they're putting all their faith behind SSK, right? They've left him propped up towards that A site. Flash comes in, they're going to feel a little bit better about this 4-play stack towards B.
Potential to get caught off guard with utility in his hands here, but contact comes through from a little deeper. Now we'll invest it.
Oh, the combo, the flash off the back. They couldn't quite swing around in time to know. I thought he was going to swing that. You're right. TP, he stuck it. Yampi's in their spawn. You can see they're trying to check on this, and Cloud's going to punish him. Shot and a half. Yampi now removed. Danger Man gone. At least for the Liquid side. And Liquid don't have much leeway into this. And bear in mind who's been waiting this entire time is SSK. They try and clear him. He's still standing. He's still here. He has to fall back. Respect the utility on the way in, but he's going to punish Scream. And now Liquid are in dire straits. They've got 18 seconds, Mike. They've got nowhere to run. There's utility against them. And SSK is still on patrol. He's still on duty. 10 seconds. They've got to make their move now. And Cloud, SSK, shut it down. It looks like we're going to map 3. Nevera can do nothing but watch 4 seconds. He's run out of time. He's run out of options. And eventually he'll run out of people peeking him. It's 13-11. Navi